Hey, everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see the Red Rifle, Andy Dalton, and the Cincinnati Bengals as they match up with Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. With that, let's get up to Buffalo. Standing by at New Era Field, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, they indeed love their football here in upstate New York as you look inside of New Era Field in Orchard Park. The folks in Buffalo love their Bills, and a moment ago they entered to the delight of this sold-out crowd. They're set for football as their Bills will do battle with Andy Dalton and the Cincinnati Bengals. With you from the booth, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis. CDR matchup here. A couple of teams last year that were really pretty similar. Both under 500, both missed the playoffs, and they both think that they can turn things around in 2019.
Yeah, how about 2018, though? A case of the haves and the have-nots. In 16-game seasons in the NFL, for the first time last year, no one finished 8-8. Now, you know that in baseball, basketball, other sports, turnarounds can take 3, 4, 5 years. In football, could just be a few months.
The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded at the 6. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Andy Dalton, who had a heck of a performance on the road against a tough Seattle defense, brings out the Bengals offense here. But let's talk about that Week 1 game, 21-20. Yes, a loss on the road at Seattle. I get that, but Charles, 35 of 51, 418 yards for Dalton.
A big day against a very tough defense, as you noted, on the road, and with a new head coach in place who's calling the offense for him. So he's adapting quite well without his number one target, A.J. Green, who's hurt it this time. So give Andy Dalton a lot of credit. Crossroads-type season for him. Didn't get the win, but he looked darn good.
And those 418 yards that he threw for, the most of any quarterback on Sunday around the NFL. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. Tackle made there by Matt Milano. And a look now at the Cincinnati offense.
Out of the backfield is Joe Mixon, and he was a valuable commodity coming out of the University of Oklahoma because of his ability to be so versatile. Can run it inside with power, gets to the perimeter and can outrun people, catches the ball not only out of the backfield, but you can split him out just like he would be a receiver. And I think if he wanted to dedicate himself, he'd be an all-pro kick returner.
On 2nd and 9, Dalton, and the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. Passing, it's Dalton. He's got his man, Boyd. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
Throw from Dalton, taken in by Eifert. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. quickly now, a look at the Buffalo defense.
Throw the ball at your own peril when Jordan Poyer is in the lineup. In the last 2 seasons, he's been in the top 10 in interceptions both years and second on the team in tackles in 2018. An all-around terrific center field type of a safety.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. He completes it to Boyd. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. They look to throw on third with Dalton. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Boyd. That'll be enough to keep the drive moving forward. Another first down on the pickup of 5 yards. Defensively, they better figure something out. Opening drive, he already has 4 catches.
And if you have to figure out how to stop him defensively, that usually means you weaken your defense. That means that now the offense is doing the dictating, and they should have other things open up as well.
Dalton going to break the huddle, come up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Dalton now to pass. And Green with a catch left side. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A gain of 6 there on first. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. So Dalton now to the left side here for Eifert. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. And so far, a very nice, methodical opening drive.
This has the feel of a scripted drive that they rehearsed perfectly all week long, and now they're executing it on game day.
Script looks good so far. This is Joe Mixon, 4th in the NFL in rushing last season. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Well, we got beefeaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That line's not eating tofu, I'll tell you that much for free. Bullock's kick is good. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
After the field goal now, it's Bullock to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Josh Allen set to lead this Buffalo offense. He led them from behind in Week 1. They got down to the New York Jets in a division game, but somehow came back to get the 17-16 win, partner.
They were down 16-3 in the 4th quarter, and he ends up throwing for 1 and running for 1 in the 4th quarter. And as you mentioned, brings Buffalo back. Still looks like a guy that in the pocket, when it's time to go, he's gone. And that's working quite well for he and Buffalo at this moment.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. It's caught left side by John Brown. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Now a man closing in on 15,000 career rush yards, Frank Gore. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Tell you what, you need the tough yards. You can still turn to the 36-year-old Frank Gore, now in his 15th season in the league. 10 in San Francisco, the 3 in Indy, quick stop in Miami, and now in Buffalo, and still making it happen. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Allen. Drops it underneath to Gore. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Allen now throwing again. Smith catches left side. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. The defensive starters now for Cincinnati.
Strong safety Shawn Williams really bounced back from injuries in previous seasons to post one of the best years of his NFL career. 5 interceptions in 2018, led the league in interception return yards, provides great veteran leadership, and some real thump coming from his spot in the secondary.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. They're able to find John Brown. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 21. Well, that didn't take very long. You mentioned you have to keep him under wraps. Avoid the big play is what you said, and here he makes one in the first quarter.
Yeah, you can't let this become a habit. Otherwise, you know what will happen? He'll flat out take over this game.
Allen now on first down. Well, it's caught on the right side. It's Smith. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now on second down, this is Gore. And he'll take this one down near the 15. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. He can run for it, and he will. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
So off goes Allen, and on comes Stephen Hauschka for the Buffalo field goal. And the 11-year veteran bangs brings it through, and the Bills are going to tie the game at 3. So a return of serve, so to speak, here on the second drive of our game as they respond to that opening field goal with 3 of their own.
I like that. Go a little tennis on me.
I know you. You like to mix it up with sports.
They crack a forehand back out and they get a backhand. What was the return on?
It was a backhand. And a really good backhand.
It's a nice top spin on the whole thing. I love it. Almost a mirror image when you really get down to it. I thought that was pretty good stuff.
Each team with a possession, each team with a field goal as the kick is away. This will be fielded at the 6. Now a hit and a loose football. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
On first down, Allen out to his left. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain.
Partner, it's often that man coverage is easier for a quarterback to run against. You get your receivers going downfield. Those guys are staying with them, and oftentimes they have their back to the quarterback, which opens up a lot of space and room, and they don't even know that he's taken off with it. What a big-time pickup on that play.
65.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Cole Beasley, the intended target, but it'll be second and goal.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah,
what happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up third.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Allen now on third and goal. And that will be caught by Jones. He's got a Buffalo touchdown. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass, and the Bills have taken the lead. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Stephen Hauschka for the point after. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it culminates in a Bills touchdown. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Cincinnati getting the ball back here. Yeah, we discussed what Andy Dalton did week 1 against Seattle. Now, they didn't have A.J. Green. Joe Mixon missed much of the game, Charles. He exited with an ankle injury. John Ross, though, was excellent at wide receiver.
Boy, was he ever. Would you say there's been a sighting of John Ross?
Big time.
Because his rookie year, there was discussion about him going back to his first position in college, which was cornerback. But in this game, he's announced he's going to stay at receiver. 7 catches, 158 yards, 2 touchdowns. His previous high in his career, 3 catches for 52 yards. John Ross breaks out.
Felt comfortable back in the state of Washington. Remember, he was a Washington Husky in college. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's Dalton. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. But now it'll be 3rd down. That right there, his first incompletion so far in this game, Charles. He was 9 of 9 before that.
Yeah, I think that qualifies as being locked in. And then you have to ask him the question, so what caused the incompletion? Come on, man, get back on your game. Let's go.
Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. Going deep downfield for Ross. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
So on 4th down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. The All-Pro Andre Roberts deep for Buffalo. A big boot that time, 57 yards the official distance. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Buffalo ready to take over again here on offense, and they overcame a slow start in week 1, got a great road victory in the division, mind you, against the New York Jets, 17-16. Where do you see them going from here?
To New Jersey next week, because they play the Giants there. Ball, rip shot. You like that one?
Somebody's smart today.
I see this team building around their quarterback, Josh Allen. And with a head coach in Sean McDermott, there's defense first, because that's his background. When they start to put all that together, I don't think they're ready to challenge New England yet. I don't think anyone is in that division. But can they challenge for a playoff spot? The answer is yes. Challenge for a wild card because of the defense, because of the young quarterback who plays with a little bit of fearlessness right now. They could surprise a few people.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Allen over the middle to Smith. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a 1st down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Brown. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 13-yard gain yet again, just like last play. Brown signed with the Bills in March. Last year he was in Baltimore, 4 seasons in Arizona prior to that. But they're hoping that Brown can add a lot of speed to this offense, which he should. Last year in Baltimore, 715 yards and 5 touchdowns. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. That one was intended for John Brown. But it'll be 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. They run. It's Gore. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop them here on third down. From the gun, it's Allen. And that will be incomplete. So drive one, they had the field goal. Drive two, touchdown. And now here on drive three, looks like they're going to have to punt.
At least they were finally able to reverse the trend, because giving up the field goal, then the touchdown, it's almost like they finally got to the offensive side of the ball and said, okay, we've got a system to shut you down.
On fourth down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. Alex Erickson deep for Cincinnati. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks, because then the defense has the advantage.
So here's Dalton and the Bengals now. 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Andy Dalton. Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Let's go.
A very solid gain of 27.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. (10-3) our score after one here on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Dalton gives to Bernard. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Play action here with Dalton. Now he's hit, and Dalton lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
I know it's a phrase that sounds really cool, strip sack, but all we're talking about is getting to the guy, getting to the passer, making the tackle, making the play, but do a little bit extra, right? Stripping the ball out, working the arm free. That's become a big emphasis for all defenders.
Yeah, and as a defender with the emphasis, this is something that's practiced.
Practiced all the time. Taking the ball away, creating turnovers, that's really job one for any defense, because that's how you win in today's NFL.
Josh Allen leads the offense out for their next possession. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the counter, Gore. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd down, Gore. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Back two, the mighty. Back two. Watch the curve. Watch the curve.
1st down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Zay Jones was the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. On 2nd down, here's a run with Singletary. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And he gets this out to Foster on the right side. His first catch, good for 14 there and a 1st down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Allen now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Allen. And this is incomplete. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Hey, 4 down.
Allen to throw again. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Devin Singletary there. And it's 3rd down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. That'll be taken in by Beasley. Touchdown, Buffalo. Cole Beasley there to make the grab. And the Bills will add on to their lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. Here's Hauschka for the extra point. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it ends in a Buffalo touchdown. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. You can count his carries on one finger. They've only given him the rock one time, Charles. What gives?
So we can't draw any conclusions just yet. He has to touch the ball multiple times in order to get into a rhythm and have a chance to have success. You know who else gets into a rhythm? The offensive line. They feel better about what they're doing when they know they've had multiple opportunities to get it done.
Yeah, well, the conclusion we draw so far, they're losing here in the second quarter. Let's see if they change tunes. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. He was looking for John Ross that time, and it's 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Play action now, Dalton. He's got his man, Boyd. 30, 10, and all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Tyler Boyd, 74 yards, as his guys are back within a single score.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
On for the point after is Randy Bullock. And it's up through the goalposts. It's 17-10. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here comes Josh Allen and the Bills offense back onto the field. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team, gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Gore. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing, often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 30 on second down, Allen. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice gain.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
On first down, it's Gore. And 3 yards there, takes him to the 45.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
This is a draw play. Allen gives to Singletary. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Big Geno Atkins there to bring him down. Delayed give there out of the gun. Defense was ready.
And I'm not a big fan of a draw play out of the shotgun formation because the quarterback's not having much action where he's getting away from the line of scrimmage. He's catching the football, making a little head fake, and then handing it off. You should be able to read it.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Geno Atkins in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to fourth down. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
The Bills send the punter out as he's on to kick it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Getting ready to go again. Here's Andy Dalton marching back onto the field. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure that his team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up his game, but just let him know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
See if he has that confidence. Throwing, Dalton, and that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Well, partner, I want to revisit week one. I got your positive takeaways from the first week of the NFL season. How about the bad stuff?
Well, let's pump the brakes a little bit on the Super Bowl celebration in Cleveland.
Yeah.
They have to win some games first, and maybe now that's the best thing that could have happened to them. Maybe they can settle in because that's a good roster. Miami, we suspected it was going to be rough. I don't know that we suspected that bad on opening day. Jacksonville, the defense is supposed to carry this team. They got torched by Kansas City. And Pittsburgh just didn't show up against New England. And I don't think we expected that at all because I thought Pittsburgh's defense was really good in the preseason.
They look to throw on third with Dalton. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
Here's Kevin Huber now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And our focus now shifts to Frank Gore. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. To the air, Allen throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zay Jones that time, but it's going to be 2nd down. Well, at some point during this broadcast, we had to bring up the Antonio Brown saga, and that moment is right now. I got to get your thoughts. I got to get you on the record. What do you think of all this?
Well, when you go back to Oakland, and you know about my relationships with the head coach and the general manager there, but putting that aside, one, never would have made the deal for him. I just never saw him as a guy that was going to go from place to place and be the influence that you want in a locker room, and that proved to be true in Oakland. Now he gets a new start, kind of a fresh start, to put it mildly, in New England, and they seem to be all on board with that. But that has to be the one team that can take him, because they have a head coach there that if he doesn't do what the head coach wants, he actually will get rid of him. If he went to another team, they would try and continue to make it work, and that might grind down a team in a locker room. But that won't happen in New England. So if he's still there, that means it's working well. Otherwise, he'll be out of there fast.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read. Better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
The loss of 3 on that 1st down pass play, now 2nd and 13. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Play action. Now it's Allen. Sliding out of the pocket. He may try and run for this. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down. The Bills send the punter out as he'll come on to kick this one away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Getting set to go again, Andy Dalton marches back onto the field. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but they're losing. And I think as the captain of the offense, you probably always feel like you need to do more in that situation.
The best have always felt that way, and they won't settle for anything less. So right now his goal is to increase what he's doing on the field, try to make sure his teammates come along with him, and he feels like if I do better, everyone will do better. And that's what we're seeing from him right now. Got to have a little extra determination.
Yeah, a little extra determination. He has thrown the touchdown pass, no interceptions for him personally to this point. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys, but you and I both know that's easier said than done when the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
And it's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Dalton with a give here to Mixon. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Check back.
Dalton. And this will be incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end. And
even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 30. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Andy Dalton now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Dalton's pass complete to Green. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Here's Bernard. And he bowls his way into the end zone for a Bengal touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And on his way to the end zone, shedding the tackle, he would not be denied.
That's what's called finishing the run, making sure you power your way through. One-on-one tackle, no running back wants to go to the bench and say, I got stopped just short.
Here's Bullock now for the extra point. And he gets it to go, and we're all even, 17 apiece. So the drive there took 6 plays and a 9-yard run on the end of it. (17-17) the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Now Allen from the gun. He'll throw. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. Now, these guys hardly got a chance to catch their breath after the quick turnover, but I doubt they're complaining much.
Especially with the field position they get to start with. I wouldn't be complaining either. I'd want to get right back out there and get after them, because now you have an opportunity to make a big play. I'd say let's be aggressive and go after him.
Hands up. Lady. Here we go.
Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? On the right side, caught by Green. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Dalton now to pass. That's complete right around the 8. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first-half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half. And he's got his big tight end, Eifert, and it's a Bengal touchdown. 8 yards on the touchdown pass as his guys are able to regain the lead. A post to the tight end for 6. Gosh, those guys are so tough to cover, aren't they? Just in general, tight ends running those patterns near the goal line.
Because you have to decide how you want to treat them. Are they a wide receiver? Are they a big extra blocker on the field? Or are they a hybrid and caught in between? So are you going to use a linebacker? Are you going to use a safety? Are you going to even move a corner in if you're going to play nickel or dime defense? They usually win those matchups because they have an answer for all three of those positions.
So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
Dalton's pass complete to Tyler Eifert. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. Now Bullock to add the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it ends with a Bengals score. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
I got you, son. I got
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Well, normally you and I would have gone through our season predictions before week 1, but Hurricane Dorian prevented us from doing that last week. So let's go ahead and hear them, your division winners and then the Super Bowl.
Okay, let's start in the AFC. New England in the East. Tennessee in the South. Pittsburgh in the North. And Kansas City out west.
Okay, so I'm with you on 3 of the 4, but I'm going to go with a way too strong week 1 reaction and give Baltimore the edge in the North.
Oh, I like that
Okay.
one. All right, let's go NFC.
All right.
I'm going Philadelphia in the East, New Orleans in the South, Minnesota in the North, and the Los Angeles Rams out west.
Okay, so I got 2 different ones. I'm going to go Dallas on the East, and then I'm going to go Green Bay in the North.
The reason I didn't go Dallas, there hasn't been a repeat winner in the East since 2003-2004. So I go with history on that one. Super Bowl predictions, I like Kansas City and New Orleans. 3rd time's the charm for the Saints to get to the Super Bowl.
Okay, I'm going to go New England over New Orleans in the Super Bowl.
So you got New England winning it?
Yet again, shocker.
I've got New Orleans beating Kansas City, so this is going to be fun to see how it turns out.
The Bills send the punter out. He's been terrific so far. Here comes Erickson. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. And he's had his chances in this game. He just hasn't been able to find any daylight so far.
Patience, patience, patience. And that's the hard part for a runner because they expect every run to be a big one for something to pop. So they have to sometimes go through the struggles before it happens for them later in the game. But you got to give credit to the rest of the team. They've worked around the fact that he hasn't had his normal big game.
Yeah, despite his struggles, still winning here in the 2nd quarter. On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. And Green with a catch left side. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down.
Well, it's real easy to ascertain that in the game plan, Andy Dalton to A.J. Green was deemed vital.
And it certainly was the focal point of the defense. They just had trouble with it. Most teams do.
Well, that just tells you how good it is. These guys have grown together, coming into the Bengals, getting together early, and continuing to get better. Doesn't matter what defense is put out there. They feel like they have an answer for it.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw again. Dalton gets it to his running back, Bernard. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
The Bengals on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 11. From midfield here, Dalton. And able to find Green. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another 1st.
AD to AJ. And it's been like that throughout this game. And I think it's a huge reason why they are in the lead.
I like that. AD to AJ. Andy Dalton to AJ Green. Such a tough cover. And they are proving it here in this one. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. This will be Dalton again. That's complete. Bernard. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. Dalton going to break the huddle, come up 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. Here's Dalton. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Dalton. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. And Dalton to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the 2nd half. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the 2nd half. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. The 3rd quarter starts with a run by Gore. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they've bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. They'll stick to the ground game with Gore. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. He stayed afloat for a second there after the first wave of contact, but that was going nowhere.
Yeah, what did he tell us in pregame? I just don't want to get my feet stopped initially when I'm trying to make a run. That's exactly what happened there. Unfortunately, as you noted, got away a little bit from the first one, but the wave swarmed him under.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Allard now looks to throw, and able to find John Brown. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a delayed give to Gore. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Only 2 there on the dump-off. It's 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And an alley to run. And avoids the contact by sliding. Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the 1st on the scramble. That's a prime example of how Josh Allen can hurt a defense. You remember back to his rookie season a year ago, 631 rushing yards, second only to Lamar Jackson. Also had 8 rushing touchdowns. He is a dual-threat QB.
Where's 50? 52's the mic. Let's go, baby. They turn over. Get that ball.
On 1st down, Gore. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the 1st half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. To throw, it's Allen. It's caught on the right side, it's Smith. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 16 yards, a 1st down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Here we go.
They run with Gore out of the shotgun. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the 1st level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a 1st. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And that is incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And that'll bring him back within 4. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Now after the made field goal, Hauschka back out onto the field to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
I don't think you got it, sir.
Andy Dalton. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
All day, baby. All day. We caught all day.
Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Dalton here from the gun. And the pressure gets to him again. And Oliver providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. Well, they went with the nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down, you bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
Here's Kevin Huber now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Josh Allen leads the offense out for their next possession. And you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the third quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2, alert for anything out there, watching for trouble on the road, and making sure you get the team home.
The bus driver. See if he can drive the bus here again on this drive. They'll try and start the drive here with Gore. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Throwing now is Allen. Incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now Allen off the bootleg. It's complete. It's Gore. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
The Bills send the punter out as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
So here's Dalton and the Bengals now. 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll begin here with Bernard. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. They'll run again with Bernard. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. He's got his man here. It's Green. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Dalton to Green for a Cincinnati first.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Joe Mixon. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Passing. It's Dalton. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Star Latulele able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot.
Like how they've started the 3rd quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. And Oliver picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Kevin Huber now, as he'll punt it away for the fourth time today. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And last time out they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up, but you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over,
You didn't
I guess.
turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover, and wow, now we've got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
Back to the workhorse today. It's Gore. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. To the air, Allen, and his throw here's incomplete. The tight end, Lee Smith, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Allen's throw is complete, and he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo first down.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
Allen now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Allen, and that's incomplete. Well, with that incompletion, I want to get some early season predictions from you because I love to do that, and I like to hold you to what you say later in the year. How about MVP and Defensive Player of the Year predictions from you, Mr. Davis?
Well, it could be the same person if I chose Aaron Donald, couldn't it? Because the last couple of years, he's been the Defensive Player of the Year in the NFL and made a strong case to be the MVP overall, even though he hasn't won those. But here's what I'm going to do. Patrick Mahomes won it last year through 50 touchdown passes. He could easily throw 40 touchdown passes, and people will call it an off year, but it'll still be enough for him to be the MVP. I think this kid is just special. I think he wins it for the 2nd straight year. And then on the defensive side, I'm going with a major surprise. The Tennessee Titans could be a top 5 defense. Kevin Byard, safety, signed a new contract.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Ryan Glasgow coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
The Bills send the punter out as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Erickson now to return. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here's A.J. Green as he gets set to go again on offense. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that. But the rushing game, almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Let's go. You tighten up.
To throw again. Dalton. On the screen, Bernard. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them, ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on 3rd? Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. Jerry Hughes able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Here's Kevin Huber now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. Here now Roberts. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth.
Let's go. 180. All day, baby. All day. Let's go.
On 2nd and 9. Allen. Smith catches left side. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. From the gun, Allen. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. And he takes it all the way down to the 22. Great gains back-to-back. Last time over 30 yards, better than 20 here.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Throwing on first down is Allen. His throw incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. And here's Allen. Going to throw again. It's caught left side by John Brown. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. And again, it's Allen. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 4th down. Well, they tried to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll run it with Gore. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
That was 4th and what we would call long in that situation, wasn't it? That wasn't 4th and inches, was it?
No, I mean, you get in those situations 4th and 3, 4th and 4. That's a lot to, what would you say, a lot of pizza left in that box.
It certainly is. Not everyone dove in on that one. In today's NFL, this is a passing down, all right? This is not a running down. That takes a lot of guts to call that play and even better execution.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
False start, offense.
So that'll back him up 5. And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Here's Allen to throw it. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. Now it's Gore. And he will not be able to get the first as he can get this only down to the 5. And they pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. They had quite a hole to dig out of there on 3rd and long. Not able to get the first, but a pretty good-sized run.
A really good run. But how much confidence do you have in your next play call that you can sell to the head coach? Let's go get it on 4th down. Do you really have a play you believe in, or are you just hopeful? And you got to sell it to the big man before it gets called.
So they're going for it, and here's Allen. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Shawn Williams.
Hey, let's go. Interception on the day, baby.
Well, I don't think we'll have to look very hard to find our play of the game. That was an absolutely monstrous big play right there. backs to the wall. The offense has it in the red zone, driving for the winning score, and he says, not on my watch. And that is one happy bunch on the sidelines.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They begin with a run by Mixon. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Here's Dalton. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now a carry for Bernard. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in the cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Punting now is Huber as he sends it away. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 15. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Allen to throw. Throwing again. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. He's got Gore. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll bring up 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. The Bills send the punter out as he's on here to punt it away. Fielded just inside the 20. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. Tyler Boyd and the rest of the offense heading back out. Let's see here, Charles. 6 catches, over 100 yards. Call that a pretty good day at the office.
And I love the accumulation. The catches, the yardage. That means he's having a pretty good impact on this ball game and really helping his team out in a big way.
Means he wants the football again, right?
And it's funny because some of these receivers are very vocal about how much they're getting it. Others are quieter, but they still let you know, give me the ball, I'm going to make a play.
So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 21. Mixon gets the nod to start the drive. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time.
Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. Jerry Hughes getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Ed Oliver able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
Here's Kevin Huber now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. To return is Roberts. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. And here come the Bills. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And Jones has it over the middle. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Let's go, Heavy. What you got? What you got, Heavy?
Allen now, operating from the gun. He'll buy some time right. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain.
How many times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
Too little, Cap. 2 times. 4 down.
They'll run on first down. Goal. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Who that? Check nickel.
And this carry number 20 for Frank Gore. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
One receiver right, that's Brown. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll try and push it in with Gore. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and goal.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
This will be caught at about the 5. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that. But it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter. It's a good running back dive play.
Allen now on 3rd and goal. He can run for it, and he will. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. That's caught by Brown for a Bills touchdown. John Brown there to make the grab, and the Bills have retaken the lead.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all, and it culminates in a Bills touchdown. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So now Dalton and the Bengals down 27-24, a minute 52 to play. They need at minimum 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10. Back to throw. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. I don't know that those medium 5-ish yard gains are going to do it right now. Probably should have dropped it, right?
Yeah, that way you save more time on the clock. But I know receivers, they think they can catch it and break a tackle and turn it into a big gain.
The clock still runs. We're at 90 seconds now. They'll look to throw toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. John Ross, the one he was looking for, and it's 3rd and short.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
He'll look to throw. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
Counting down toward a minute to go in this football game. Back to throw. He's got a 1st down and then some inside the 40. And down right around the 37. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point you have to have a splash play in there as well.
Trying to hurry to the line on the very outskirts of field goal range. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the 2nd quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Check 1, 3.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
I'm a little surprised right here. They've got 3 timeouts left. The clock's running down, and they aren't using them. Those timeouts do you no good at home. Use them now.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a 1st. Again, it's Mixon. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to potentially send us to overtime. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to potentially send us to overtime. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
Boy, hard to ask for a better game thus far. 27 apiece is our score as the kick's away. This one taken from the 7. Final whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the victor.
60 minutes, just not enough.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Allen going to throw, escaping the pressure right. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a pickup of 17 on that one, and a Bills first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They'll run on first down with Singletary. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that any time you hand the ball to a back.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now Allen. Rolling to his right, and he'll slide down to avoid the contact. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop, but when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the mass of bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
319! Get that quarterback, D-line! Get that quarterback, D-line!
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And an alley to run. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
And that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Check go! 180! Go! 59!
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Allen. And this is caught at the 8. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. So he hooked up with a veteran there, and in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go with the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs and give you all that bounce. But in this type of a situation, sometimes those legs slow down a little bit as the enormity of the moment overwhelms them. The veteran guys, they tend to come through.
57! I got it. Hey, right, Roger! 4 down!
So the shotgun snap to Allen. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long from Buffalo.